Welcome here today to Hot Legendary Wheels, and we are pumped. We're excited to bring you this legendary, iconic show here today. We have so much to cover, so many incredible legendary castings to show you here today on Hot Legendary Wheels. We have Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Johnny Lightning's, Motorworks, you name it, we have it for you today. Plus today, we have the full box of cars, as you can see right here. We're going to go through the first 6 of the box of cars. You can see we got some Matchbox and some, some original Hot Wheels in the box that we're going to be covering here today. So these first 6. Also, let us know in the backdrop anywhere if you see a red. If you see a red vintage 64 Pontiac Grand Prix.
Where's that thing at?
Where is it? Just let us know in the backdrop. Leave a comment. Also, Dad, there is a super treasure hunt.
Yes, there is.
Somewhere in this backdrop.
It is.
Okay, let us know if you see that super treasure hunt anywhere in the backdrop here today. Dad, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I tell you what, we are excited. Woo-wee, we got one for you today, boys.
We're going to cover, first and foremost, Dad, you have a Johnny Lightning 1971 Plymouth Duster 340. Let's bring this legendary, iconic casting. Let me point this camera down. There it is. Look at this. I love, Dad, the tempos. I love the color to this car, the Goodyear tires. What can you tell us today about the 1971 Plymouth Duster 340?
Well, back in the day, Chrysler had the 2 divisions, Dodge and Plymouth, and the Dodge had the Dodge Dart, the Plymouth had the Valiant. Well, this is actually a spinoff from the Valiant family line, and it's a beautiful car. Didn't make a whole lot of these cars. I had a cousin that had one time, and it was a beautiful red. But this car here is very special, and I just thought I'd bring this to you today to let you see kind of what was back in 1971 as one of the cars that Plymouth offered. Now Plymouth, what they did, there wasn't a whole lot of difference between the 70 and the 71 of the Dusters and the Darts, but what they did, they removed a lot of the badging from the car that represented anything from a Valiant or anything that had the Plymouth name on it. What they did, they replaced it with the 340 emblems and the 340 stripes. But there was also a car that, well, it looked a whole lot like that 340, but it wasn't a 340. It was called a Twister. It was a step down, but it was a quick car. It was a good car. And it looked, what I mean by it looked a lot like this 340 here, in the fact that it had that matty black hood. It had the stripes, it had the rally wheels, it had everything outside, but it did not have the 340 engine. It had either a slant 6 or a 318 V8. Now the 318 was a strong engine. However, it was not the 340. The 318 just came with a single 2-barrel, where the 4-barrel came on the 340. The 340 was a much more powerful engine. But this car actually had a different dashboard as well on it, with more instrumentation than the Twister.
Let's show them the dashboard.
Yeah, had more instrumentation for the driver. Had a lot more underneath the car on the chassis. Had a stiffer, more competitive suspension, sports suspension, and the car had 340 on the hood.
There it is.
There you go.
Okay, let's show them the
and it had a 340 under the hood. Now the car came with 3 different transmissions. The Duster would come with the 4-speed manual, which most of the time the 340 came with, but also it would come with a 3-speed manual or a 3-speed torque flight automatic. Now, these cars were very powerful. As a matter of fact, they used them in drag racing a lot because, as you know, Mopar was, they stood out in drag racing. They were tops in NASCAR for many years, but there was many of these cars were used in the Pro Stock division of drag racing, and they were very beautiful. Now, some of these engines, I might give you a couple of stats on this 340 here. This 340 V8, it was nothing to mess with. This thing had 275 horsepower.
Wow, that's incredible.
It had 340 pounds-foot of torque, but also it would do 0 to 60 in about 6.2 seconds, quarter mile in 14.7 seconds at 94 miles per hour. So it was a very desirable car. It was a car that a lot of people would buy, but you didn't see many of them because they didn't produce a whole lot of them. The car production was basically, they produced the Dusters a total of 173,592, but only 12,886 of the 340s. So,
wow.
So there's a big difference there in the total production. But man, if you saw one, she would have been beautiful. And if you were on the track, I don't know if I'd challenge that thing or not. She's pretty fast.
Dad, I like how Johnny Lightning puts so much iconic detail in their castings because, man, this is a 124 muscle car scale. And this 1971 Plymouth Duster 340 is so detailed. And I love the hot rod. I call it the hot rod pink color to this 340. And of course, the Goodyear tires, man, are legendary. And of course, like you say, it's a Mopar.
Yes.
Which makes it even better.
And as you know, Chrysler was not they were not at all afraid to try colors on their cars, such as purple and orange and this pink. There were just so many colors, and it worked. Doggone, it worked really good. It did. Man, it's a sharp car. But
and let us know what y'all think about this Johnny Lightning 1971 Plymouth Duster. Let us know. There's one thing we love on the show is comments. But Dad, also we have new subscribers, new viewers. We have new followers on Twitter and new followers on Facebook. And Dad, all of our subscribers, all of our viewers, all of our followers on Twitter, all of our followers on Facebook, all of the viewers that take time to comment to the show week after week, and they are legendary. Well, and they are iconic, and they're special, and we greatly appreciate y'all for what you do to make this show what it is.
Well, we just thank you, and we just say welcome.
Welcome.
Man, it's nice to meet you. And we're looking forward to getting to know everybody real good out here. And I tell you, this is, my son and I, it's just so much fun. It's just fun. Everything we do here, we just have a love for this, and we just have a lot of fun putting these shows together, but then presenting these shows, presenting the diecast. Oh man, this is something that he and I have really done over a number of years, have really enjoyed a lot doing together. But man, to be able to bring it to you guys, man, that's the kicker right there. We just enjoy it so much.
So Dad, I have a question for you.
You got one, huh?
What do you think about the 64 Pontiac Grand Prix? Because in the backdrop, there is an original red one that you have.
Yeah.
But I wonder if people have.
In fact, we've shown
I wonder if our viewers have pointed it out yet. And leave a comment. Let us know if you see the original. It goes for Pontiac Grand Prix. Let us know right now.
It goes so far back. It was actually produced by Lesney.
Yes.
And so
awesome.
So just
because Dad, we have an older version of a Matchbox.
Yeah, we do.
The original, but today we have the brand new version, part of moving parts of Matchbox. We're going to bring this bad boy in right now and kind of let everybody see it. This is it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. What do you think about this? Here is let me see, there's a little bit of glare on the camera. Does that work? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so here is the moving parts Matchbox Road Trip 64 Pontiac Grand Prix, Dad. How awesome and legendary it is. Now, here's the cool thing is, this was produced, this non-original one was produced in 2019. Moving Parts was produced this year.
Yeah.
2019. The Moving Parts series is a series of models which incorporate opening components such as doors, trunks, hoods, etc. Now, some castings in the series, as we recall, the original Leslie castings are like the Pontiac Grand Prix. So this is from the original.
The original
Leslie
That's right.
casting.
It is.
The 64 Pontiac Grand Prix. Now, I love, Dad. Okay, I want to ask you a question, and I want to ask our viewers this question. What do you think about metal flake colors on cars?
I love metal flake.
I tell you one thing. Hey, everyone watching this show right here, what do you think about metal flake colors on castings? I think they are legendary.
When you're out in the sun and you go see these, especially these show cars and things that are done in metal flake paint, and you just walk by, I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to do to a car.
Because this color to this 64 Pontiac Grand Prix by Matchbox is a metal flake blue.
Now, I love Grand Prix.
Beautiful.
I actually had a 1976 Grand Prix for a number of years, but back in 1974, I went to an auto show downtown in Atlanta, and I tell you, I sat down in a brand new 1974 Grand Prix.
Oh, wow.
And I looked over the hood and I said, I'm going to get one of these things one day.
Now you had, I remember us having a 76 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
It was white, red interior,
Yeah.
Red vinyl top.
Yeah, red Landau.
Beautiful, beautiful car. We legitimately had a 76 Grand Prix, and it was a beautiful car.
Yes, it was.
Beautiful car. I can remember when you brought that thing home, I'm like, dude, this is a boat.
And this
thing's huge.
This thing actually had an Oldsmobile engine in it. One of the rocket engines that General Motors put in at the factory.
So let us know what you think about this 64 Pontiac Grand Prix by Matchbox. Of course, this one's not the original one. The original one is somewhere in the backdrop. We're going to let y'all see where that original one is, pointed out in the show. This one's part of the Road Trip Matchbox. Now, the interior of this 64 Pontiac Grand Prix is a beige color. The window is a blue tint. And this has some detailed trim to it. Let me bring this up just a little bit closer for everybody to see. Now, I really love how Matchbox is doing their cards. Because look at this beautiful scenery. You got the winding road through the forest. And you had the 64 Pontiac Grand Prix sitting right in the middle of this beautiful winding road through this deciduous forest. I mean, wonderful, beautiful casting. Of course, you can't go wrong with the metal flake blue. But beautiful casting. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment. And Dad, should we show them the original one again? Should we bring it up to the camera?
Well, I don't see why not.
You want to show them?
Shoot, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Man, it's very interesting to see this. The difference between the original.
Okay, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is the newer version. There is the original on top. So
that is the heavily played with version.
Yeah, there is the heavily. The top one has a lot of character. Let's just put it that way. The top one has a lot of character. Beautiful, beautiful casting. Let us know. This is now, Dad. I have to ask you: is this the original color?
Yeah, it's got a lot of miles, a lot of years on it.
So this is the original red.
Yes, it is.
To the 64 Pontiac Grand Prix, and this is an original Leslie toy.
It is.
From Matchbox. Also, let us know what you think about the new metal flake version, the 64 Pontiac Grand Prix moving parts from Matchbox. And
my daughter, your sister, she gave us that.
Yes, thank you. You know, my sister, your daughter, gave us this incredible casting. Thank you, sister, for doing this. Thank you for bringing it to us. You are legendary. Thank you so very much for what you do and buying these castings for us, because this is incredible. This is awesome. This is history. That if our viewers want to see history, this is it right here. You have the original from the 60s until now.
There it is.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let us know what you think about this. Leave a comment. want to take a moment and say, if you haven't subscribed to the Hot Legendary Wheels channel, do it now, because we have so much to cover. We have so many more shows coming up. Plus, Dad, we have a Christmas special coming up in the middle of December. So you don't want to miss that. We're planning this Christmas show. It's going to be coming up in the middle of December. So it's going to be iconic. It's going to be legendary. Also, if you haven't followed us on Twitter, do it now, because we put so much stuff on Twitter, from pictures to videos, that you don't want to miss. So many incredible things that happen on Twitter on Hot Legendary Wheels, and of course also follow us on Facebook as well. So
yeah, we'd like to give a shout out to our son-in-law too, because my son-in-law and Michael's brother-in-law, and I tell you, we always thank him.
He brings us a lot of castings.
But they all go out and they look for stuff. We look for stuff, and we help each other out.
We all keep our eye out there, and check out his channel. His channel is Hot Off the Wheels. He is legitimately my brother, incredible brother. Love him, the best brother in the world. And so go check out his channel. Make sure you show him some love. Make sure you show him some support. And thank you, brother, for what you do as well. So we're going to put this iconic. Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. How beautiful is that? We're going to put this iconic, legendary, vintage, and I say vintage because that's what it is.
Now that's a testament to how well these things are made, my friends, because that one right there has been through it, I can guarantee you.
Now, there are other cars in the backdrop. We have the 1965 Shelby Cobra 427 at the top. We also have the 1960 Chevy Impala on the bottom by Jada Toys. Over to the right of your screen, wow, we have the 69 Chevy Camaro Z28. Incredible. Of course, who cannot forget about the Mustang? So much in this backdrop.
These are some that's coming up. Actually, we're going to do some details. Yeah, some detailed stuff on those cars as well in the future. So just get ready.
Today, we are going to be featuring you see this box of Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Now, we're not covering the whole box today. We're covering the first 6. So, these right here are the first 6 we're going to be covering. And in the first 6 are 2 original castings from Hot Wheels. Okay?
I like them originals.
Originals. 2 original castings.
I got you saying it now.
Now, okay, should we say, ladies and gentlemen, should we say original or original?
It's original.
Okay, so first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen.
I just can't help myself.
I know you can't. Dad, first and foremost, we love trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we love trucks. And
just
by the
bit.
way,
just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit, because this is not an original. This is not an original.
I love them trucks.
But Dad, talking about trucks, we have a Ford show. We had a comment from one of our viewers on one of our shows that we have on YouTube on Hot Legendary Wheels. Hey, we would love to see a Ford show. We legitimately have a Ford show coming your direction in a future video.
Now you remember I showed you the original Ford DT.
No, not the original, the original.
Yeah, this is the first one ever built, that Ford ever built. I showed you that one earlier. So we're going to build on that.
Yeah, we're going to build on that.
Bring it up to today.
It's going to be awesome, because today, Dad,
we're looking forward to a Chevy one too.
Oh, yeah. So how about this, Dad? Hold up. How about this? This is why we need, if you haven't subscribed to the show, you need to do it now if you haven't followed us on Twitter. We need to do a Ford show, Chevy show, but how about a Mopar?
Yeah.
We can do a Mopar show for him in a future video.
I got some trucks from all different makers and stuff out there, die-cast makers that are real super cool. I think everybody's going to enjoy them.
Because talking about Ford, our first casting here today.
That was the first truck ever.
First casting. Look at this. This is, wow, Dad. Guess how old this Matchbox is. Okay, I want our viewers to also guess right now. How old do you think this Matchbox is? Leave a comment. This is a 97.
I was going to say, it's back 96 and 97.
This is a 97 Ford F-150. right here. Okay, 4x4. Now, the debut of this was Rough and Tough. It was produced from 1997 through 2008. This casting is not the original one. This is from 1998 from Rough and Tough. Now, I love the color of this casting. This color casting is a red color. I love the tampos, 4x4 off-road on the sides, as you can see. Let me bring this. Got me a red pen here today, too, so I got me a red and red.
Red on red.
As you can see right here, there's the 4x4 off-road right there. Incredible. Love Ford trucks, and the interior is black. Dad, what do you like about the Ford F-150?
I guess one thing that that Ford really is very close to my heart is I had a lot of I had an uncle that had one, two uncles that had them. Of course, my dad had one, and at any rate, that's what I learned to drive a manual transmission on, was a Ford 1965 Ford pickup truck.
Wow!
And every time I hear that Alan Jackson song "Drive," I'm thinking, "Hey Al, I learned to drive one like that too."
I mean, Ford is legendary,
yeah.
And we thank you, Matchbox, for putting such great detail into this '97 Ford F-150. And man, this casting's back from 1998.
Oh man,
that is amazing. So
they're beautiful trucks, and they're strong trucks.
Very beautiful trucks. So let's put the Ford.
And they're built in the
next
good
to the
old
Pontiac.
US of A.
Oh, wow. So you got red and red. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Red and red. Very beautiful. So, Dad, the next casting, is very special. You know, we've been to Stone Mountain Park. There's one thing I love at Stone Mountain Park is the duck bus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let us know if you've ever ridden a duck bus, because I love duck buses, because you take a legitimate, Dad, here's a question. Isn't the duck bus made off a Jeep frame?
They are. They originally were used in war times back around World War II and stuff, to take the soldiers from the ship to the shore, or from the shore to the ship. So
I love how you can take a vehicle and turn it into a boat. Well, that's incredible.
That's called amphibious.
I love the amphibious. I love the amphibious vehicles.
That's a dang big word right there.
Amphibious. That's a big word right there. Because here is Dad from Matchbox.
Yeah.
Duk-duk.
Oh yeah.
Here it is. Now this is legendary right here.
Now, I went out there looking for the original of that, and I got it. But you know what? I got so many of them things out there. I was looking through them, and I said, "Man, I'm in the wrong box. I got to get another box."
Hey,
and I'm still looking.
We legitimately do have the original casting to this.
Yes, we do.
We will, when we find it.
I'll find it.
We'll bring it and show you on the show right here.
It's up there.
Dad, the debut of this was the 125 produced from 2017 till now.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have the original 2017 version of the duk-duk. This is part of the now this one is part of the 2018 Matchbox service. The colors, I love the colors, orange and gray. And of course, duk-duk Bay Tours is the tampos on. Let me bring this up to the screen real quick. You see the duk-duk Bay Tours right there. Look at how detailed Matchbox did this duk-duk. I call it the duck bus, but it's the duk-duk. How incredible, how legendary. And
they do a great job with
this
detail.
is an amphibious vehicle.
Yes.
Very beautiful. Of course, there's no colors to the windows because there are no windows.
That's right.
And the interior is really cool. It's a light gray interior. Dad, what do you like about the Matchbox duk-duk?
I love it. I mean, it's a great representation of the real duck bus. And I remember the first time we ever rode one of those things.
It was weird. It was really weird.
You're going down a regular road. All of a sudden, they hit a little dirt road stretch, and you look out there and you're thinking, "Yep, we're going off in the water."
Yep, we're going off in the water. Here we go.
There she goes, man! Big old splash.
Hey, let us know if you've ever ridden an amphibious vehicle before. If you have ridden an amphibious vehicle before, which goes on road and water, let us know. Leave a comment to this show. There's one thing we love on this show is comments, and we want to thank every one of you who does comment to the show.
That's right.
You are legendary.
We greatly appreciate it.
We take every comment to heart. Every comment we look at, we take it to heart, and we greatly appreciate it. And so thank you so very much. So let's put Mr. Duk-duk right here. He's going to go get himself a car wash. The next one, Dad, we have another Ford coming.
Ooh. One of them beautiful Fords.
We have another Ford coming. You want to know what it is? Look at this legendary Matchbox. Here it is. The 1956 Matchbox Ford pickup truck.
Yeah, the 1956 was a one-off.
Look at this. I'm going to turn this while you're describing this vehicle.
It's a one-off, and only 1 year they made that body style, and so that's why sometimes they're very hard to find.
Look at the flames on here.
We've got a 53 that we're going to be bringing out as well.
Hold up. Did you say what? A 53?
Yeah, a Ford truck.
What do people need to do to see the 1953 Ford pickup?
It's purple. What do they need to do? What they need to do?
What do they need to do?
Well, they need to watch the show, but it'd do good to subscribe. That's right.
So if you want to see the 1953...
And hit that notification bells and that thumbs up. We sure enjoy that.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
I want to say this, Dad, before we continue on this Ford pickup. We're not too far away from 200 subscribers. Okay? If we get up to 200 subscribers, we are going to put on a show that is going to be legendary. That is going to be incredible. So, here's a goal, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we are putting a goal out there on this show to hit 200 subscribers. And each and every one of y'all are legendary, and we thank y'all for what you do. When we hit 200 subscribers on this show, we are going to put on an incredible, legendary show with some castings that's going to just blow your mind. It's going to be incredible. So let's get up to 200 subscribers on the show, and we're going to have an incredible show for you.
We enjoy it, but we sure appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch the show and just to allow us to be a part of your day, and we are so grateful to have you a part of ours. That is for sure.
Now, that is 1956 Ford pickup. The debut of this was from the inaugural collection, produced from 1997 through 2007. Now, we do have the original one of this. We got to dig it out of the archives. It was reproduced from 2018 till now. Now, this casting is from 1997.
Well, that's a beautiful casting.
Yes. The color is a deep purple. White and orange flames on hoods and sides. Look at those flames are the tampos to this casting as well. The window colors are a smoke and the interior is gray. Love, 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 Dad, how Matchbox puts so much great detail into this 56 Ford pickup. Love it.
We also, back, I think it's from, the year 1999 or 2000, there is a Matchbox actually did a panel version of this 56.
And we do have it.
Yes, I do. And this,
that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much coming up on this show. It's incredible.
But this particular body style is absolutely one of my favorite of the 1950s Fords.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And like I said, Matchbox did a legendary job on this. I mean,
I like
detail.
I like them all, but
yes, love them all.
This one stands out right here.
Yes. Let us know what you think about the 56 Ford pickup. Let us know what your favorite truck is. Dad, I have to ask you something really quick.
Okay.
What's your favorite truck? Out of all the trucks, now I know all the trucks are our favorites. We love every one of them. But if you were to pick one truck, what would be your favorite?
Well, I don't know if I can just pick out one truck. I mean, I got a problem with that right there.
I personally love the Chevrolet Silverado.
I love the Silverado, but now this is what I'm saying. I have had experience in a 49 Dodge going fishing with my uncle and my father. I learned how to drive a manual transmission on a 65 Ford. I had a friend that when I was in school, he used to help me get grass cutting jobs and things like that I did for a lot. And he had a 65 Chevrolet that we just went all over the place in. I don't know. I mean,
all the trucks are legendary. It doesn't matter if it's Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler. It doesn't matter if it's Honda.
I've had trucks in my life, all my life. I've been around them all my life.
Nissan.
I've had many trucks myself, and golly bum, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna go with mine. I love the Chevrolet Silverado.
Silverado's beautiful.
If I was to get a Chevrolet Silverado, I would put a serious lift kit on it. Like, I would put a serious lift kit, and oh my gosh, I would dub it out.
The Chevrolet Silverado is an iconic truck.
Yes.
It actually came after the Cheyenne. The Cheyenne preceded this, and the Apache preceded that. So you had your C10s and stuff.
So we go from the Ford, the 56 Ford truck, and talking about Chevy, Dad.
That was a Ford 100 right there.
Yeah, the Ford 100. But look, this next one is an original Hot Wheels. An original. The first one to ever come out.
That's what I'm looking about, and that's what I'm talking about.
And we were just talking about Chevrolet. We were just talking about Chevy because here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Wow. Hot Wheels. This is an original custom 69 Chevy. Dad, what can you tell us about the 69 Chevy? Look at the deep... Okay, first and foremost, before you describe this, look at the deep red to this. Hot Wheels did a legendary job on their first... Ladies and gentlemen, this is an original casting.
The 69 Chevy, I'll tell you a little something about that 69 Chevrolet truck. Now, I had some friends that had them before, and I had friends that had just bought them. They love to do a little custom work where they already had the wheel openings rounded out for you. So it was easy to put the little wider tires and just, get things under there so it wouldn't scrub.
Wow.
But I remember in 1969, my grandmother was buying a car. And I was at the car lot with her, and my family was going with her. And I first walked over and sat down in a new Corvette, a 69. It was brand new then, and I tried to convince her of that, and she said, I don't need no Corvette. I said, oh, yes, you do. But she says, no, I don't. She went and bought a full-size Chevy. But I saw those trucks out there, and me being the truck guy and stuff, I went over and looked, and that truck was as gorgeous as a truck would ever get to me. I saw that truck, and I said,
this is beautiful, though.
That is a beautiful Chevrolet.
And Dad, this like you said, like the story you have, this is history. This teaches history. Every single casting that Hot Wheels and Matchbox and Johnny Lightning and Motorworks and Dub and every single one of them, Tomica, every single one of them brings about the history of the automobile, and so many other automakers that I didn't even mention brings about the history of the automobile and makes you think about the history of where the automobile has come from until now, which is completely legendary.
I actually got my first driver's license in that full-size Chevy she bought, my first driver's license, but I still wish she had bought that Corvette. I could have got my driver's license in a Corvette.
Driver's license in a Corvette.
Yeah, you're right.
Hot dog. Hey, you know what? The debut of this was, the debut of this casting was back from 2002.
Yeah.
So this is an original 2002 casting from Hot Wheels, produced by Phil Ryman. Thank you, Phil, for producing this 69 custom Chevy from Hot Wheels. Now,
beautiful, fantastic job.
Now, Dad, here is something really cool. This is really cool. The custom 69 Chevy is a Hot Wheels casting based on the customized version of the 1969 Chevy CK pickup truck.
Yeah.
Dad, what is the difference between the CK and this casting?
Well, you had a C10. The CK was a heavier duty truck.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a.
Let us know what you think about this. Hey, like I said, the one thing we love on the show is comments. Let us know what you think about this 69 Chevy from Hot Wheels. This is an original. You can't get better than this. This is an original.
These days they use numbers like 1,500, 2,500, 3,500, 6,500.
Back then it was CK.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. Legendary. Let's put this truck. Look, Dad. Chevrolet next to the Ford.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Okay, let's just point this out. We got the 69 Chevrolet.
Uh-huh.
Okay? The 69 Chevrolet, we got it parked right next to the 56 Ford. Wow. Two iconic, legendary castings from Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
Tell me, they just know how to make
They
trucks.
do. I'm telling you, Matchbox and Hot Wheels are like none other. They know how to just put the castings out and put great detail.
I've got some M2s and some Auto Worlds that
I'm going to tell you this.
Going to be good too. Some of the square trucks.
Every single.
They look good.
Oh, whoa! What'd you say? You got some square truck bodies?
Well, that's what they used to call them. They were through the 1970s.
Hey, let us know. I'm going to tell you this right now. M2, Johnny Lightning, American Muscle. Let me tell you something. These guys,
they know how to do trucks.
They know how to do trucks. I'm telling you right now, they got some incredible, and Dad's got some. You got some step sides too.
Oh,
I
do.
You've got some cool stuff coming in this direction on this show. It's going to be iconic. We're going to put a truck show together for y'all. We got a Ford show coming up. We're going to have a Chevy show in the future. We're going to have a Mopar show also. But now we're shifting gears to exotic. Wow. We're going to shift gears to an original exotic Hot Wheels.
Here we go.
And this is it. This is an original one right here. Here it is. This is the original Ferrari Hot Wheels 456M. Now, the debut of this was back from 1999, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this casting.
Got the prancing stallion.
Love. And look at, I want to show everybody, look at the detail that Hot Wheels did to this casting back from 1999. There is the Ferrari logo, and look at the detail to the interior, the beige interior, and just the trim of the car. This is one beast right here. This is one exotic beast. And if y'all remember, we do have the second casting to this. It was a blue one. We are going to bring it out of the archives. If y'all remember, the second one to the original Ferrari 456M was the blue Ferrari 456M. We do have that one as well. We're going to bring that out to show y'all in a future show. But this is a legendary. This casting is back from 1999, and then it discontinued in 2009. The designer of this is Michael Collins. Thank you, Michael, for what you do. The color is red. Tempos are Ferrari logo on front, which we see right there. The windows are clear and a beautiful interior tan color.
When you hear the names of these people who actually design these cars, you'll hear them from different times on different designs. But just take note, because they're all very good craftsmen.
Yes.
Just take a look at the cars they design.
And then I want to take a moment before we get into our last Matchbox casting, a legendary vintage casting we got coming. I want to take a moment talking about that. All of the manufacturers that are behind the scenes, and not just them, but all of the people who design these cars. Everybody that puts a part, puts their touch into these automobiles, into these castings. It doesn't matter if you're a manufacturer. It doesn't matter if you're putting it together behind the scenes, or if you are like the CEO, or if you're a supervisor, a boss, or whoever you are that is part of these companies. You are legendary. And we greatly appreciate everything that each and every one of y'all do to put these castings out to us and into the world. And this brings about the history of the iconic, legendary automobile.
That's right. It's exactly right. It's the history of the automobile and how it has changed our world since it came into the world. And man, it has changed it big time and just made it so much nicer.
Because, Dad, now we're shifting from the original Hot Wheels back from 1999 Ferrari 456M. Now we have another vintage Matchbox. And, you know, the other day I was just in the collection. I think you may have an original one in the pack. This one's out of the pack. And it's got a lot of character to this. I'm telling you right now, it's missing some parts to it. It's got a lot of character. When I was a little kid...
I'll see if I can find that thing.
It's supposed to have a man in a bucket right here. The man in the bucket's missing because when I was a kid, I was so rough with this car playing with it, and I was just having so much fun rolling it through the dirt. This has character, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, the Matchbox utility truck. This is incredible. Let us know what you think about this.
We've got quite a few of those.
Yes, quite a few. And Dad, you have some in the pack. Mm-hmm. Now, this is not the original one. We do have the original one. Got to dig it out of the archives from 1989. We do have the original one. This one, by the way, is from 1992.
Yep.
Wow. This is a 1992 version of the original utility truck. The debut of this was the 175 series, produced from 1989 through 2006, discontinued in 2006. I want to say this. I wish that Matchbox would come back out with this casting right here. I love this casting. I thought this casting was awesome.
Yeah, I like all the utility. I like the big trucks. I mean, the big work trucks, the utility trucks, those things that help to build the world around us. Yeah.
Now, the color of this is the yellow and white, as you can see. Telephone company is the tempos on the truck. Also, the windows are blue. They're kind of like a deep, dark blue. The interior, this has no interior, so there's no interior color. I guess you'll just be riding on air. But, Dad, this has been an incredible show today.
Yeah.
And
once again, we've had a whole bunch of fun.
Yes, we have had such a great time having y'all with us here today on the Hot Legendary Wheels channel. Like I said, subscribe to us on YouTube, hit the notification bell, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, because let me tell you something, we have different stuff on Twitter than we have on YouTube.
Yep.
Two different things. So make sure you check out Twitter, Hot Legendary Wheels on Twitter, and also check out Hot Legendary Wheels on YouTube because they're not the same. We post different stuff on two different platforms. I want to let you know that right now, so check out both of them. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. Dad, one thing I want to say before we close out the show here today. Without our subscribers, every single subscriber we have is special to the show. It doesn't matter if you have 1 subscriber or 1 million.
That's right.
Every subscriber on this show.
That's somebody who views the show.
Every viewer.
And somebody is interested in what you do.
Exactly. Every viewer, every person who shares this show with someone around them, every person who leaves a comment to the show week after week after week, every single person that subscribes to this show or follows us on Twitter or follows us on Facebook, you are legendary. Without you, this show is not possible.
And please remember to share. It's
so important.
That's right.
Because we legitimately are just getting started with this channel. We have so much to cover, so much to show y'all from the 60s till now that you don't want to miss. We just went shopping the other day, found some new 2020 castings. So we got those coming up in a future show, so you don't want to miss. And to all the automakers,
that's right,
to every single person that has a part in creating these legendary, iconic castings that you see before you here today, thank you very much for what you do.
That's right. For these castings, some are castings that come straight from the imagination, which is cool.
Which is incredible.
And then, kind of like the fantasy cars, but then...
Love the fantasy cars. Love. I'm going to say this right now. Love the fantasy cars.
That's right. But some of these cars actually come from real cars that exist and that people drive every day or have driven every day. And man, just it's just such a wonderful thing to see these things preserved and put into a die-cast form so we can remember what these cars are like.
Between the fantasy and between the real versions of the castings, you can't go wrong. Both of them are iconic. Both of them are legendary. And love every single casting that...
That's what the automobile's all about.
It's all about imagination.
Yep. They get us to where we go, and they bring us back home, but boy, the things that you can do to customize them are cool.
Also, want to point out, we did the first 6 of the box. This next week, we're going to do the next 6.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, this week, we'll do the next 6.
Yep.
So we're going to be covering this next week, the next 6, which are these right here. And Dad, there's a Volkswagen Beetle that we'll be covering also. And I love the orange color. But has anybody, before we close out the show, has anybody pointed out the Super Treasure Hunt in the background? We will be featuring that in a future show. Also, all these other automobiles you see up in the backdrop will be featured in a future show. And there is another Nomad up there somewhere.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. Thank y'all for what y'all do. You are legendary. You are iconic. You're special. Remember. You ready, Dad?
We're ready.
Keep being legendary.